Now that you have securities, shifts, and sites configured, you'll need to designate which services qualify for shift scheduling. Typically, these are daily services since the majority of services that you staff in 24/7 shifts are residential in nature. Go to Billing and then the Services desktop. You may want to use your filter of rate type to search for only your daily services. Check the Shift Scheduling box. This enables several important fields. Number of staff required. Plug in the minimum number of staff required for the shift. Number of staff for premium rate. If a higher rate can be billed based on individual staffing requirements for the service, plug in those requirements required for the higher rate. Notice that when a value is entered here, the following field becomes required. The number of overlap hours for premium rate is used to enter in the minimum number of hours the particular service requires to have multiple staff in order to be able to bill at the higher rate. Lastly, check the box Bill Only with Head in the Bed when the selected service bills where the client is at 11:59 p.m. When this is checked, the system will look at notes against this service, and for any note that has an 11:59 p.m. end time, the note will get imported to billing once approved. Any notes that don't have 11:59 p.m., so other shift notes for example, will not trigger the billing upon note approval. This is very useful when the client is on overnight therapeutic leave from the site and therefore the billing needs to be handled differently. Since there would not be a note for 11:59 against this service, the integration to billing would be properly handled. That would require, of course, for the therapeutic leave code, when there is one, to be set up properly as well, depending how and if billing needed to be generated for that leave time. Save your settings. And an important note is that if there are multiple payers for the particular service, the staffing requirements can be configured per payer. When I switch payers here, I have the ability to plug in different values for my staffing requirements. This allows you to remain in compliance with each one of your payers should they have different rules. When it comes to services, the other thing to know is that if a client is authorized for more than one of these residential services configured for shift scheduling, then you can designate a default one for scheduling purposes. This is handled at the authorization screen. This is most common in the example already used when a client has therapeutic leave service along with their primary billing service. When scheduling, you'll most likely want to schedule against the primary service and only schedule therapeutic leave as needed. Search for the desired client's authorization. When I open this authorization, you will see two services listed here, one for residential and the other for therapeutic leave. Because the residential service will be the primary service used for scheduling, then this would be the service I would want to designate as the default shift service. This just makes it easier for me when I go in to schedule the staff for the respective services, as this will be the default service. I can then manage to the exceptions and schedule for therapeutic leave as needed, knowing that that will not be the most frequent service provided of the two.